Michigan, we love Ohioans. Take a shit, get gas, and keep rolling. Come on up to Detroit town. We got lots of groovy things going down. Get some flaming cheese in historic Greek town. But best to get your ass gone before the sun goes down. Been under construction since '63. We planted lots of orange barrel construction trees. The roads here are really, really bad. The Grand Prix looked like off-road to Carlsbad. We used to export the Pontiac Le Mans. Now we ship away our grandpas and grandmas. The mayor says everything is swell, what a joke. Everyone can see he's like a walking stroke. The Detroit Tigers really suck. We give the owner millions, though his pizzas suck. Yuck! Crappy houses, meth heads, we got plenty. We even got skyscrapers, they're all empty. Things in Detroit might not be going great, but there's an even bigger mistake on the lake. Hello, Cleveland. Hello, Cleveland. Hello, Cleveland.
It's No BS News Hour with my main man, Scotty.
Na. No bullshit!
It's just a breaking news. Dub or bullshit. Dub or bullshit.
Are we past that 2-minute mark for the YouTube will shadow ban you if you're smoking?
We should be, yeah. We should be good. Should be good.
Yeah, like like AI and social media is so fucked up that I think YouTube's got a rule. If you're smoking in the first 2 minutes, they will
penalize you.
But after the first 2 minutes, it's okay?
We're gonna find out. So that intro there, that was sung by Bill Arnold of One Ton Trolley, right?
That was great.
And you know what? I've been since 2009 when I got here. A couple of wise asses. If you Google Cleveland, hello Detroit, like they did something similar and you just ripped us at the end. And I've been dreaming to answer them.
But theirs was terrible. I mean, in terms of production,
Yes.
in terms of creativity, ours is so much more superior than theirs.
Well, that's because we got two professionals, a professional musician, Bill Arnold, and a professional editor in Byron Goggin.
I know, you should have heard it before I had to call Bill.
Oh, I forgot. I wanted to ask him to do outtakes of you. Mark's like,
I deleted that thing so fast.
oh my God, what was?
So
Go ahead,
fast.
give us a little bit.
No.
I was like,
There's a lot of
There's a
false
hello,
setup.
Cleveland.
There's a lot of false setup.
Cleveland. It was hilarious. I was busy like fixing a cement wall, and Mark calls up like, he just crashed the car, and he's like, it's really bad. And I'm like, snap out of it, motherfucker.
Mark says that about everything he does.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And it can get on your nerves, especially when you're lugging cement around. And I'm like, all right, I got the cement here, I got the phone to my shoulder, and I'm like, go ahead, play it.
Was it bad?
And I'm like, yeah, it's really bad, bro. Really bad.
So for once, he was correct about doing something bad. Mark does everything so well, but he's always so hard on himself. We're talking about you like you're not here.
You're very kind.
Exactly. So I thought I'd try him, and I'd be double hard on him just to see what he would do. See if it'd perk him up, It's like a junkie.
I think it all worked out for the best.
Yeah,
That was great. So share, leave a comment. Young man Jeremiah will put that up on social media, and fuck you,
yeah.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I gotta get that out. That was good.
Be dogging on us, motherfucker. Best get out by dark. All right.
Yeah.
Just because. Real quick. We'll just do this real quick because we're going to keep on. There's a huge piece of news that affects every homeowner in this state, and it's coming out of Detroit, and I don't trust it. It was even in the Wall Street Journal. It's Mike Duggan with this fantastical, I'm going to cut the city property tax by 25%, and that's because I'm going to triple the tax on the land and cut by 30% the tax on the structure.
Right.
So we decided to take it in our own hands, find out something about this, right? Because this can be mammoth. This could be house prices, school funding. You were trying to find what?
I was trying to find some numbers, Charlie, in terms of what this would mean, what this would cost, the details of the proposal. You know, we heard the 30,000 foot projection. Hey, this is going to be great. We heard the cheer, but we did not hear the substance.
So you can't find any numbers.
I can't find any numbers. The people that should know the numbers and who will be looked upon to engage in this had no idea what was going on. So I found nothing.
Political leaders.
Political leaders.
That's funny because they'll see later. I was up in Lansing watching a piece of legislation move through, talking to senators. They have no idea.
But you tried to find some too. Am I right? Did you try to find some? Who did you call?
Well, okay. I tried to find here's what they say. Like the 120,000 homeowners and condo owners and townhouse owners, they'll average about $250 in tax break, like a night out. That's what you're getting, a night out.
Right.
That's how they're selling it. And that's $30 million, right?
Okay.
So now we got to find $30 million in development to break even. Well, how much do the rich guys get? Like, how much would Stellantis get off? How much would the new Amazon building get off? How much would Marathon Refinery get off? Illich, General Motors, and the Rensen, Riverview Apartments. What's the big law firm? Riverfront. What's the big law firm?
Honigman Miller?
Yeah, the gigantic building.
I think that's
How much
it.
would you get?
A lot.
Like tens and tens. So it seemed to me, and I mean this, it seems to me this is a scheme to make the rich man richer, and they're going to put it on the middle class homeowner to make up the difference. And this all comes down to, what's this going to mean for school funding? Because there's a state education tax, and there's a minimum, right, that every school district gets, but like $9,600. So if Detroit can't send enough to meet the $9,600 and they're below,
Then what?
who pays?
Good question.
Well, the state taxpayer would pay. Who's that? The state homeowner. They didn't want you to uncork it for this scheme. So I called the offices of the chancellor of the Detroit School District. They don't know. I called the Detroit School Board. They don't know. They're calling for a study. I called the Mackinac Policy Center, and they have an education wing where they study policy.
Right.
They don't know. They're not even on it. I called Chastity Pratt, one of the finest reporters this town has. She's the education bureau chief for the Wall Street Journal, based out of Detroit, and she doesn't know.
So this is like a plank walk.
And it's like, just trust me. If we redo this, speculators are going to get charged $55 more for their vacant lot, which in the end is less than $2 million.
1.8, you're right.
Now, if we got video of the Dan Gilbert skyscraper that we're paying a lot for, he can't seem to get it done, right? Despite all these tax breaks he's getting. But let's pretend he was just building it with no help. That would be $1.4 billion, right?
In savings.
Just $1.4 billion for the price of the
For the
skyscraper.
price. I got you. Okay.
So the tax on that should be $70 million a year. They would go down to $50. So
20.
one man, one building would save $20 million when every person that owns their domicile in Detroit put together would be $30 million. One building. So now, apparently these vacant lots, if you tax them $50 a year, it's going to scare them. They're going to give it to a developer. And people are going to want to pour in here to build a $1 billion skyscraper. Well, we can't even get this one done. And then we gave him another piece of property in Monroe. He hasn't broken ground. They made a roller rink out of it. This is unbelievable. And this is going around like this is serious legislation. So I get a call, driving around, from a Duggan pillow fluffer, a sweet talker, because I put it in my column like, don't touch my fucking house. The reason we have this tax structure is because in the 80s, people were losing their house because every time elected body couldn't get their shit together, they just pile it on your house.
Yep.
And now it's capped. And now basically we're going to uncap it and not know. No fucking way. So
crazy.
I get the talk and the pillow fluffer says, Well, if you look at the study in Pennsylvania, and we already did that, right? It's 20 fucking hick towns. Well, Pittsburgh, I go, what about Pittsburgh? Well, see, Pittsburgh's really had good luck with this. I go, Pittsburgh hasn't been doing this in a quarter century. To which the pillow fluffer says, oh, I'm not a tax expert. I said, I'm not a tax expert either. But I can do numbers, and you don't got none. Keep your hands off my ma's house. You are not taxing me to make the rich man rich and screw the school kid. That's what I'm starting to see here. And who's going to push back? Chamber of Commerce ain't going to do it. Nope. Rich man's going to fund it, right? Duggan got the media in the bag. You sent a Crane's op-ed. Crane's didn't write it.
Well, no, it was the editorial position of Crane's, so it was from their editorial staff.
Okay.
It wasn't an op-ed.
I thought it was an op-ed.
No, it wasn't an op-ed. It was from the Crane's editorial staff, and they said, well, we don't know if this will work. If it does, we don't know how it will work, but it sounds good because Duggan is such a great booster of the city, so let's go for it. I've never heard anything like that from a business perspective.
The Free Press did it too. Their editorial board did something similar. They don't know, so don't take a position.
Yeah, that's not cool.
You're supposed to inform us. So now, like, if somehow, because nobody's seen any legislation, they'll make the numbers work and they'll fucking dither and dather.
The budget.
Right. Let's say we have some Frankenstein legislation, because Headley took a long time to put together, that you're not going to touch the school millage. That it's going to come from what property tax also goes for. So what are the 25% that's going to be made up with some magical development that we don't have now? Until we make up that money, what are we going to lose in Detroit? Police?
Mm-hmm. And what impact does it have on the quality of life that's already compromised? Education, public safety. Those are the two things and the two reasons that people cite for leaving the city.
Right.
And we are losing population. So why would you extract already low revenue and resources from those very two areas? That makes no sense.
And if we got 90,000 vacant lots and 30,000 of those lots are owned by rich dudes, we got 60,000 lots that are owned by the city that you could give away for $1 and make them a deal never to tax them, and nobody wants them now.
But
now you want to fuck with my house.
But then look at the verbiage. It's like structures. It's like it's a lot of loose, undefined words and verbiage that if you don't question, that it could actually mean anything. Like how does it impact people that own? I know they said if you own less than 3 lots, residential lots, then you're not. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, you're getting in the weeds.
I know, but it's a lot of convoluted. I'm just saying it's very convoluted all from top to bottom.
Well, what they're doing with that is like, oh, don't worry, homeowner, we're not going to get. It's going to be great anyway. It's not going to be great. You know what else isn't great? When I'm on his ass about, hey man, you screwed up the demolition money. I got it in my phone. I got the bid, Mike. The bids are now going out to dig up those poison holes. We don't know how many there are, and I know it's going to cost anywhere between $25,000 and $40,000 a hole for a place that's already been demolished. That's what you did, and you didn't demolish them near the schools, and you said everything's great, and we've been following a little school on the east side. We've been asking you to take down the dope houses, to take down the abandoned motel, right? And do you want to see what we've accomplished? Do you really think I'm trusting you with my property tax, the one thing that means something to me, my home? I'm going to trust you. Here's the update from the Pulaski Elementary and Middle School, the little school that's trying, but the little school that can't because you won't. Right across from Pulaski Elementary and Middle School is a dope house.
That's where all the white folks go and take their drugs.
Get high?
And get high.
Bunch of junkies? right across from the school?
Right across from the school.
The little school that tries probably could, if somebody would, give them a hand. So if you could talk to the mayor by having a little attention in your neighborhood, what would you tell him?
I tell him you need to clean up this area, get the drugs out. The houses on the corner is bad, especially around the school, because it says right there, no drug-free.
Oh, jeez. Drug-free school zone. On this side of the fence. When it comes to the neighborhoods, the mayor says don't believe the media.
I'm telling you, beautiful neighborhoods are spreading across the city. Don't pay attention what the media says. It's downtown, midtown, not the neighborhoods. Go off the freeway and drive through these neighborhoods. You cannot believe.
But we're the media. Take a look at the neighborhood. Pulaski's a drug-free school zone, Taj. What's that?
A drug house.
A drug house. Next to your school. And what do you think of that?
Horrible. Just horrible.
We've been asking the mayor for years to clean up the neighborhood around the school. Does that look cleaned up? How long you been waiting for that to come down?
Oh, about 10 years so.
And then they moved the babies in 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, because it was a dark school over there. Then they changed it back to an elementary school.
But they forgot to take the houses down before they moved the babies in.
Oh, right, correct.
Do you like living next to this?
Oh, no, every day, people in and out of there all the time.
Junkies?
Yeah.
What time they start coming?
Shit, all day, because they got a suitcase and everything with them, like they're moving in.
Don't get stuck with no needle. Well, it's all their winter stuff. You know, they packing it away for the summertime. Won't be needing this till the fall. Oh, look. Call your bail bond agent right here. It says the bail bond paperwork. 140 cash. Bail bonds. Junior goes to school here?
Yes, sir.
It's a good school.
Yeah, for sure.
What about this the dope house?
His mother went there.
No kidding. Did she go to school with needles in the garage?
Oh, man, yeah, they fooling. Nah, that ain't good at all.
So, what you want to tell the mayor?
Tear it down ASAP. Tear it down now. These kids can't live like that. They shouldn't be having to be around this kind of stuff.
Yeah, my kid's not around this.
No, and it's not a bad neighborhood either. So yeah, this got to go.
Oh, this is... What if some kid come out here and play, get stuck with it?
And that's what they'll probably do. Coming back and forth to school. Some of the kids walk to school by themselves.
This woman works in the school. Unbelievably, she wants her identity and her voice disguised because she's afraid of losing her job for pointing out this sin.
People are in and out all day during times, we're in school and the kids are out. So it's a hazard. You can see all the weeds. It's horrible that that the scholars have to come past this. These kids need this down. This is a hazard. They have to walk past each and every day. It's sickening.
This is an outrage.
It's an outrage.
Bail bonds tickets laying there and opioid pamphlets and you name it.
Yeah.
Come on. This here's Ray. He showed us another dope house just a block away.
Off my property, man.
Is this yours?
Yes, I own this.
You do?
Yes, sir.
The new residents weren't happy to see us.
You don't own that fucking house.
I do own this house.
No, the fuck you don't, man. Y'all fucking crackheads, man.
Piece of shit, man. I want to live here.
Ray wasn't happy with this new neighbor.
I don't want to be recorded, brother.
We down the neighborhood, man.
Property, please.
Y'all tearing down the neighborhood, man.
So Taj, a young man on his way, makes the greatest point of all. If we expect our flowers to bloom, they deserve a little water and a little attention. So look right in there for all the people that have all the power, that make all the decisions, and speak up for your people, your classmates, yourself, and tell them what you want.
Take down the drug house. Please.
In the land of the lost, Charlie LeDuff. No bullshit news.
It's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
I swear to God to you, I've worked in Oakland, California, San Francisco. You know the issues there. Los Angeles, New York, Boogie Down Bronx, you name it. I've never, ever, anywhere in this country seen this.
But that's a microcosm, Charlie, of a lot of neighborhoods, too many neighborhoods in the city and too many schools. That's one of many.
And I'm going to trust you with some half-baked cockamamie shit saying it's going to change everything when there's actually less money. And trust me, there's going to be development when you can't get this done. That's a shame. And everybody dig me now. I'm a nonpartisan. You know that. I just deal with life and I deal with numbers. Do not touch my fucking house to benefit the uber rich that are the biggest welfare recipients around, and it's not getting down to the people, and they'll tell you that. And the whole country's pissed about that. So I'm on the right side of God and the right side of the ledger.
I agree, Charlie.
Now, speaking of the ledger, time to pay some bills. Can we word from our
Message of
sponsors?
Uplift is brought to you by business and personal wealth advisor Luke Nowacki, who reminds you that what does it profit a man to gain the whole world but never enter the kingdom of God? But while you're waiting, Nowacki wants you to remember that overreaction is not a sound financial strategy. So call Luke Nowacki at 248-663-4748 for sound financial advice.
Yeah, I'll be speaking to Luke about, the numbers here. I try to talk to a lot of people, and I will make myself an expert on school taxes. Also, No Bullshit News Hour brought to you by XG Service Group, a voice-over internet phone service, security cameras, hidden cameras, access control, Wi-Fi design and installation. If your golf club's getting torn up and you need security cameras, they're the ones that do it. Construction cameras, railroad cameras, the whole nine. All structural cable for, you can pretty much name it. Yep. You call Matt Yaskovitz at 734-245-4100, 734-245-4100. Also, ADR Experience, overseeing hundreds of millions of dollars in private and public construction projects since the turn of the century. Maybe ADR should be managing the demolition. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a story for another day. ADR, competent, reduce your costs unless you don't want to. Increase your bottom line unless you don't want the competition to. ADR has saved clients millions unless you don't want them saved. They're consultants. They're experts in procurement and government compliance and information technology. Call Barry Ellentuck at 248-318-9424 for a consultation. And, of course, you know my favorite insurance group, Legacy Partners Insurance. When's the last time you've checked if you're paying too much? When's the last time you checked if you're getting what you need? How would you like to lower your costs and it doesn't cost you anything? They're not charging you. Mm-hmm. They're shopping for you. And I swear by them. Call 586-209-4106. The Mustang is rolling.
Oh, is it?
The Harley is rolling.
All right.
That's right.
You gotta take me for a ride, Charlie.
On the
Harley.
Oh, you'll do that?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, only if you pack.
Okay.
Right? Wear short leather.
Does have to be short. Oh, okay,
so they can
that's what
see
I
your
said.
weapon, hot stuff.
That's fine. I can do that.
Right? Y'all better get some life insurance because Karen is fly.
That's great.
Who did I miss here? Hall?
Coney Island. Oh, Hall too, yeah.
Why don't you hit me with Coney Island? My favorite.
American Coney Island. So good, even Al Roker from the Today Show eats here. Not like that other guy, Al Joker, who eats at Lafayette. So make sure you're a roker and not a joker. American Coney Island.
What do you mean, even Al Roker? Like, everybody that comes to American Coney Island is treated like Al Roker. Yes, you are loved, you are royalty, you are the best thing that's happening. Clean, quick, kind.
The bathrooms are clean.
The windows are large, the light pours in. Tables for groups to sit.
And what I like is
doesn't smell.
Is the customer service is consistent. So you say that, you can go down there and Al Roker can go down there, but they treat everybody at an optimal level with customer service.
You're preaching to the converted.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that makes a difference, because people say, oh, well, people know you. Well, but they're treating everybody that way, and that makes a big difference.
These coolers are at a crisp 40 degrees. There's no seepage in the foundation.
No seepage.
Everything's scrubbed
I think
every
you guys are
day.
missing something
And
that
what
I
is
know
that?
I know a lot about, and that's food.
Food?
Yeah, and the food's fucking great, period.
What's your favorite?
Here? I've been on a big gyro kick. I got to tell you.
The gyros here
It's
are
the
the
hidden
best.
gem.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I do?
What?
Because, Pete is cool. Pete, but it's very bready and it gets in the way. I get them in the hot dog buns. Because those are steamer buns.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, they're really good. And then they're kind of like, you can handle them better.
Okay. Well, see, my order is very
And
simple.
don't bitch about the price because that's an off-menu thing. And if you're asking for it, just pay it.
That's custom. All right. But, I mean, my order is always simple, but it's always delicious.
There you go. And if, again, start ordering these, I'm going to shut down the service for the summer if you don't. Get the Coney kits, a dozen, pound of chili, pound.
The Vidalia onions.
The sweet onions, the steamer
cap,
buns, the
the
cap.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And do not boil them.
How should you prepare them, Charlie?
You should grill them.
Okay.
Or barbecue them.
Just want to make sure everybody knows.
That way they get crispy.
Okay.
Because that's a natural lamb casing.
That skin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then finally, speaking of hot dogs, Hall Financial. If you think it might be time to buy a house, well, if you're going to barbecue, where are you going to do that?
That's true.
At your house. Now you live in the American Coney dream. You need to make the call to Hall Financial. They have a ton of great programs, including that 1% down with up to $4,000 in forgivable down payment assistance for qualified buyers. There's a lot of you thinking. If you're thinking, make the call, start planning. You don't just buy a house like that. And if you're thinking about renovations to your cottage or your home, and I'm doing those myself because I'm so cheap, I don't want to pay a guy, so I won't be calling Hall for the renovations. But I might need to call him for the plumbing.
There you go.
I might need a little refi here. And you know who I call? I called people I call for my mortgage. That's callhallfirst.com to get started for Hall's above and beyond 5-star service. Just for our listeners, call 866-CALL-HALL. Make sure, tell them we sent you, because you'll be treated well. You're going to be treated well anyway, but they know that if you tell them, LeDuff told me to call, and you don't get treated right,
they'll be in
which
trouble.
I absolutely assure you will.
Right.
But if you don't, you can call me, and I will bust some ass for you.
And Charlie, do you know I remember? Never mind.
Whoa,
You can't
no,
do
they
that
can't
in
do
radio.
that.
You
That
can't,
is
like,
such-
people are driving and going, Karen's going to...
I was on the edge of my seat wondering what you were going to say.
No, I just drove off the road because of those fucking orange barrels everywhere.
Because Charlie is sincere about that. I mean, if he's going to stick up for you, he will stick up for you. I remember we had dinner once, and somebody who owed me money walked in the restaurant, and I pointed him out, and Charlie stood in the restaurant and said, "Do you owe Karen Dubas money?" And the guy was like, "Yeah," and he got up and he paid. I'm just saying.
That was like $500, wasn't it? It was 500 bones.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he paid. I've been trying to get my money from this guy, and he felt like he could just dismiss the rest of it. And he literally went in his pocket. He said it was $200, right? I said no, actually it was $5. And I said I'm going to carry
Peeled them
Charlie
off
around
right
with me
there.
all the time.
Wow.
He paid me right on the spot. But Charlie stood up in the restaurant. He says, "Hey, do you owe Karen Dubas money?" I said, "Oh my God, but I got my money. Do I owe you a percentage of that?"
No, you don't.
Okay.
But it just reminds me, if I act poorly, sometimes I apologize.
That's not poorly.
I'm just a person, but I try to be good, and sometimes I'm
Hey,
an oaf, and that's just how life's rolled.
You were not an oaf. You were effective.
I know, but sometimes I am, and I apologize. I mean,
Well, you're very
No,
self-aware,
it's
so
fine.
that's more important.
Which is not Arnold Schwarzenegger, because he's got this 3-part documentary. I was like, you don't think, you just do. You go to life and you don't worry about. Don't worry about
Keep
it.
moving. That was his
You
whole
just
point.
Keep moving.
That's true.
So I'm gonna try. We used to kind of be social. I'm gonna try to get him, see if he'll come on. I mean, a little podunk top 200 in the country podcast. But it's embarrassing to have to call his handlers and go, "Yeah, top 200. Send us some stuff." Call Jeremiah. He's posting all day long, man. Right?
I got to tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed all the stories on the way down. So
all my Arnold
all
stories?
your Arnold stories. I mean, that was like listening to I had my own private show.
That's good.
It was great.
Just for you, Mark.
Maybe
Just
we'll
for
do
you.
that.
And I said we got to tell these on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're always looking. Share. Please leave your comments. Give us a like. It's a bell or something. It really does help. They tell me I don't give a fuck, but I mean,
yes, we do.
Apparently, we got meetings, and I'm like, man, I'm busy. I'm busy thinking of stuff and doing stuff. That's why we got Jeremiah here. Plus, we thought Red was dead. Red was dead. So
From his
Jeremiah,
party.
he's trying to busy to get you to go click, 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 and he coming in before the show and he talking this thing and that thing and this protocol, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. Fuck up, man. I got some shit to do here, man. It's like got a new segment, because she makes news every week. We just thought of this one, a new introduction, also penned by Bill Arnold of One Ton Trolley. This is Attorney General Dana Nessel. Every time she's making news, we have a new segment called
Dum da dum dum. Dum da dum dum dum. Dum da dum dum.
I love that photo.
Dum da dum dum. Dana.
Well, she's at it again. Dana Nessel telling the Detroit News last week that she won't investigate COVID nursing home deaths because she said, what would we learn? What could we learn?
Wow.
Well, that's why you do an investigation. How dumb.
Anything. You mean this?
That's why you investigate to see if there's anything we could do better for the next time, or if there is any criminality.
That was a dumb question. What would we learn? What wouldn't you learn if you didn't?
That was a what question?
That was a dumb question. It really was. That was dumb. That was stupid.
Yeah. Now, she said this in the Detroit News. I mean, it's very well known that, PPE wasn't prevalent. You couldn't find it. And I'm thinking, yeah, till about what? May?
Mm-hmm.
June? Because I remember, calling my buddy in India and going, I can get it. Now it was June. I got it. I know that thing's stuck. If it comes, I'll take it. And I remember I was getting PPE. I was able to get it for the Wayne County Jail, but she couldn't get it. When she finally got it, she put out a press release. It's your fucking job. Investigate it. I'll tell you what. They failed every test. They didn't have the protocols in place. They lied or misreported, however you want to say it, about who died, and you're not going to investigate.
Cross-contamination.
Want to know what else is dumb?
What?
The Attorney General also this week is whining that she needs a raise, and I agree that she needs a raise. The Attorney General of the great state of Michigan makes $112,500 a year. That's a lot of money for you and me, but not for the biggest law enforcement job in the state. That is a big deal job. Not that I think she's doing it well, but 112?
That's kind of low.
I mean, I know assistant county prosecutors make more than that.
I made more than that when I worked in the mayor's office.
Yeah, and that's why we went bankrupt.
And that was that was 10 years ago. No, that's not why you went
10 years ago.
Yeah.
She's absolutely correct. 112 is pittance.
Yeah, it is.
We're calling for a raise. And it would go a long way, because when you're only making $112,500 a year and you're going to Turks and Caicos and staying in $8,629.65 a night triplex with an infinity pool, and then, floating about on the $10,000 an hour catamaran, not to mention Champers poolside, lobster thermidor, I wonder what the robes cost to keep.
A lot.
You could imagine that this would eat your whole salary.
It would.
And I sure hope your wife's making a lot more than $112,500. But from those tax returns you filed when you were running in 2018, she doesn't. So.
What do you do?
What do? You go to Lansing, because Ms. Nessel also told the Detroit News that, yes, they admit everything in my story was correct. They won't touch the fact that the concierge told me the prominent attorney who owns the prominent law firm, that the law firm picked up the bill. You told the public, madam, that you paid your own way, and it's nobody's business. Well, since you talked about it, and she is prominent, and she does have business before the state, that you probably need to show us the bank statements.
Yep.
When did you pay for it? How much? Where's the food? Where's the lodging?
Show us the receipts.
Show us the receipts. It is our business, right? Now, we're very proud to announce that from our reporting that to date is proven to be 100% accurate, we've encouraged legislation in the State House, in the Senate. A bill has been introduced.
Called?
Well, requiring, if you're going to take freebies, you got to tell the public. And it's called the Turks and Caicos Act. And we were up there for it. And here's we put our crack reporter on this, Charlie LeDuff.
Our best reporter.
This one to you, Charlie.
So what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to fight corruption here in the state of Michigan. I believe we're probably the most corrupt state in the nation. We have the least transparency, and I'm here to do something about it.
Get in there and give them hell. It's called the Turks and Caicos Act in honor of Attorney General Dana Nessel's bedazzling Caribbean getaway. Senator Jim Runstead's bill doesn't make the taking of free gifts and vacations illegal, however. It only requires that our elected officials report their freebie swag to the public. Easy one. right?
As we are all very well aware, Michigan is the least transparent state in the nation. Transparency and sunshine are the antiseptic to corruption. The most recent example is the highly extravagant trip taken by our Attorney General with her wife and another couple, a big campaign donor who owns a vast law firm operation in Michigan. Our Attorney General has been loudly opining, lamenting, and bemoaning her perceived low pay she receives as Attorney General. Yet at the same time, apparently has this vast disposable income that would require somewhere in the range of about $25,000 for a 4-day tropical getaway with her wife and law firm pals. A wildly unaffordable extravagance for most citizens in the state of Michigan. The Attorney General said she paid her own way for this trip, but has produced no evidence. The bigger concern, as I see it, for the general public is what potential state business was discussed before, during, and after the trip? Was there discussion on the vacation regarding the formal request for all NASA records from MSU by the Attorney General after she returned from the trip? The problem is we simply don't know. We do know that Attorney General Nessel did take the lavish island vacation at Turks and Caicos with her prominent campaign donor who owns a law firm in the state of Michigan. Without a doubt, Michigan simply must implement some ethical guidelines. We need some transparency, some set of rules to renew Michiganders' trust in their government.
Trust in government.
So today,
and they're all like
I have introduced a bill that requires individuals and
nails.
organizations exempting close family members to disclose reporting meals, gifts, perks over $50 and all trips and vacations paid over $500 by a person or entity who may desire to influence and receiving officials.
Every single one on their phone
Or
while
doing
he's talking.
something else.
Like no chance in hell.
Our current disclosure rules are simply inconsistent with the ethical standards that Michigan's public servants should follow to restore the trust of to the Michigan voter. So, colleagues, I asked you to join me in supporting my legislation.
Man, that was a trip, but it was predictable. None of the senators were listening. Nobody wants to have to tell the public they're on the take.
Hey, Jim, how many people signed your bill?
7.
How many Republicans?
They were all Republicans.
No Democrats?
No Democrats.
My Senate, how many people did you ask to sign it?
I just went around asking whoever I can, but they received the request yesterday to sign on, and then we put hand copies on every desk this morning.
So my senator didn't sign the ethics bill that if you're going to take a free lunch, you have to admit it.
That's correct.
It doesn't even end the free lunch. It's just you have to admit
Disclose.
it.
Yes.
You just have to admit you took a free airplane, but you can still take it. And they don't want to put their name on that.
Nope.
Now the bill will go to committee where it's sure to die. And that's how it works in Lansing. What the fuck?
So much for transparency.
Well, here's the thing. We want this. Now, Jeremiah's sitting here. You can comment. He's going to give Karen and I going to take some questions. We the people want this. Certainly, I don't know a single person that if you're our elected representative and you're taking a gift from some kind of business concern, I know people have friends. Just disclose it.
Yep.
I'm tired of everything being for sale and being hidden, and nobody's listening.
Yeah, that was disrespectful, and I think everybody ought to pay attention to who does not support that bill.
Well, my senator is it's going to the ethics committee. My senator's on there. You're going to be hearing for us. I'm going to be showing up, and we're going to see this one through.
It's such a home run, easy bill to be bipartisan. You know, they always want to be bipartisan.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Doesn't affect them at all.
Exactly. It's not complicated. Yeah.
You know, they think they're what was that old show with Kevin Spacey, the White House?
Oh, House of Cards?
Yeah, they think they're House of Cards up there. They're so cowtown.
Bullshit.
They still think brown shoes are in fashion. Everybody
Wait, they're
wearing
not?
brown shoes up there.
Uh-oh.
No, they're not in fashion when everybody's doing it.
That's true. That's crazy, though.
That's sad.
That is.
Okay,
That it is.
people got some questions for us, Jeremiah?
No, not at this moment.
Then get the fuck out of here.
It's not his fault.
It's not.
You should have gone back from the old.
Everybody, go ahead and ask Charlie some questions.
No, get out of here. Like, I thought you go back to the questions they were asking before. Don't you know how this works?
Yeah, you're not supposed
We
to
don't
say
need
no.
live questions. What were they asking before that was so important for you to come over
Well,
here?
Seeking Freedom had asked you, what were your thoughts on Gretchen Whitmer and her toxic fumes coming from a paper mill in Kalamazoo?
Oh, here's the thing. Is it Kalamazoo or I don't know if it's Kalamazoo or is it in the Upper Peninsula? I believe. See, dude, get it right if you can ask me a question. Yeah. There's a $200 million freebie given to a paper mill, and they're toxic. The report is that
The fumes were toxic.
Yeah, right? And we're giving them $200 million. Just giving it to them. This was one of those last hour.
Sounds about right.
Here's up in Lansing. Here's the bill. You got 15 minutes to read it. It's 1,000 pages long, and nobody knows all these giveaways are in there. Well, I'm for take it back. It's pretty simple.
Sounds about right.
What else?
Yeah.
What else? You were like, it's really important, man. People need to talk to you. What else?
Yeah, dude. People are asking. Tom M says we want merch. Now,
we want merch. Dude, this is the news hour portion. Do we have a button where you can buy merch?
Yeah.
We do?
Is it available? I'm still waiting for my
No,
shirt.
we don't. The answer, that's not a burning question. We don't have merch right now because Jeremiah hasn't set it up.
Okay, one more question.
On Jeremiah, yeah.
Get a good one.
This is great. Fucking
I love it.
We have no more questions.
Oh,
make one up.
You're supposed to pretend like there's one.
You've got a new name.
Because we do factual stuff, so don't
We
make
got
it
a
up.
new name for him. We got a nickname for Jeremiah.
What is it?
Killer.
Killer.
As in show killer. Yeah.
Well, he and Red, Red is the timing.
Someone needs to pick up the slack. It's Red's not here.
Holy crap, when Karen was doing that, it was a shitload of questions. All right. Go ahead, get out of here.
It's all
okay,
good,
no.
Jeremiah.
All right. Well, why don't we do this? We'll go backwards since Jeremiah's here, all right? So when we last left everybody, it was Red's 50th birthday party. We gave him a pizza pie that was packed with like sweet weed, and he ate like half of it. And then he was going off to do his comedy, and he was going to get roasted. And he invited basically all of southeastern Michigan,
to Lincoln
perfect
Park.
strangers, to Lincoln Park to come drink premium $2 shots with him. And
there was so much weed in that pizza too.
So much. Did you have some?
Did you have some?
I had a bite, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is way too much for me."
But he said the guy from what was Pink Panties Pizza
Yes,
said he said I put a lot in there. It's top. He told everybody.
And
told you all.
Did you freak out?
Me? No.
So it was good?
But everybody was chowing on it, and I was like, how much is in here? And then he told me, I'm like, yeah.
What about you, Jeremiah? Didn't you have a slice?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was a smooth taste, so.
So everybody started lifting off, and everybody got nervous, like, uh-oh, I'm going to be staring in the mirror. My eyeballs are going to be melting, right?
I did make someone look in the mirror before they left so they could see how bloodshot their eyes were.
Yeah, but everybody went like this. No, man, it stopped. It didn't make me so. I mean, it's good pie, right? Yeah. But we haven't heard from Red, so we got a little concerned.
Not since this party.
And we sent Jeremiah over to the Normandy to make sure a guy hadn't, I don't know, man, pulled a Jim Morrison or something. You know what I mean? Like died from the $2 shots and then vomited on cheese pizza. And we sent him over there and you filed this report, right, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let me make sure Red's all right.
Here, Red is like, we didn't get you cake, we got you a pie. We got you a weed pie, a weed pizza pie, Red.
From Pink Panties Pizza.
Jeremiah in front of the
They
Normandy.
got hella weed in the gang.
Yeah, hella weed. Oh, what kind of weed?
Only the best weed.
Still no answer.
This is good. I got the stamp? Yes, you got the stamp. A1. Well, I have to wait to give you the full stamp in about 30 minutes. Yeah.
Now, here we got
Thank
another
y'all
taste
so
tester.
Please leave your message for Detroit Red.
Sorry, mailbox is full. To send an SMS notification, press 5.
Oh,
So
Red.
what happened to Red?
We don't know.
Wow.
Have you ever reached him?
Once, but it was a 5-second call. He was mumbling, so I guess
He
he's
was
still hitting
mumbling.
them.
Oh, Red. That's a good birthday.
Apparently.
Yeah, no wonder he's like having a birthday month, man. Motherfucker had to
Yeah, he did say it was
Passed
going to be a
out for
birthday
Hey,
month.
Tree Marie says that she's seen him, so
Oh.
maybe he's alive and well.
Okay, well, that's all that matters, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Well, where'd she see him? Where'd you see him,
Yeah.
Tree Marine?
She said she stayed at the end, so...
She stayed at the Normandy
The Normandy?
Hotel?
Does she stay with Red at the Normandy, or she just stays in?
Isn't it men only?
I don't know.
Is it?
But you're assuming that that's
Wait, Tree Marie. Is that her name, Tree Marie?
Yeah.
Tree Marie, is it men only at the Normandy or?
But how do you know that that's a?
Well, Tree Marie.
That is.
Marie.
But
Well,
you
did
can't
she
be
answer him?
presumptuous.
She said that she went to the show.
Oh, she went to the show.
And she ended up staying at the
Well, how
Normandy?
did he look, Tree Marie? How did he
Yeah.
look?
Well, I want to know what happened that night. If she went to the show and
what's-
ended up at the
we're-
Normandy.
This is detective work.
Yeah.
Last seen alive at the show. Right?
Let's see.
Red
What was
must have
he?
really
What was
had
he?
a
What?
party.
Yeah, she sent him a spiked Rumplemints.
She's the prime suspect.
Yeah, a fentanyl laced Rumplemints.
Oh my God! What is Lincoln
That sounds
Park?
good. That's a
No, it does not.
Rumpelfent.
So what did she say?
Well, she said that she went to his birthday show.
And then
I'm
what?
guessing it was the best time ever because there's no more comments after that. So.
She's like, I'm not incriminating myself.
Thanks, killer.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
know.
killer. This pit's over.
She said, I'm not incriminating.
All right,
myself."
listen.
She just goes, I'm not telling you.
All right, enough. Enough. You got nothing over there.
Okay.
All right, listen. We want to bring up a piece of sad news. It was, I believe, 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, that we did a piece about transgender sex workers at John R. and 6 Mile Road, and just trying to let people know that what's political talk is not real world talk, and what's really rough out there, you know, and who in, I want to say community even, right? I want to say that particular type of person living the life they live, and I guess you call it community because it is. You saw that with the women. But not a week later, not a half a mile away, at the Woodward Inn, Aisha Davis, 34, last week was murdered, transgender, staying at the Woodward Inn, very heavy. I know detectives working in Highland Park there. There have been 2 murders there in the area in the last year. One murder we know of that just happened to Aisha. 7 OD deaths.
Wow.
It's a very heavy place. This is where many transgender women stay. And there's a few leads here, but one of them is it might have been another transgender person that shot her. Just a lead. That's not the facts. I'm talking to the detectives. This is way different than fucking Bud Light, right? And swimwear. If you really want to talk, if you really want to help these women, and I'm going to call them women because that's what they asked me to call them.
Right.
That's what they
That's
asked.
what they
Doesn't hurt me
identify
to call them that.
Right.
Right? If you really want to help, it's not fighting over Bud Light. It's like having some police to protect them because nobody deserves to be murdered. Nobody.
And you told those ladies that, I mean, because you know that they don't have the protection that they deserve. And you told them that this is a death sentence. The life that you're living is not one conducive for longevity.
It's not. It's very heavy. And that's where it's coming from, Washington and, media. If you just want to get out there and actually put your hands on somebody and understand them and what's going on. And I don't think there's anybody out there, even if you're shooting up cans of Bud Light, that you think a person should be shot up, right? So if we're going to talk about people, let's talk about them for who they are.
Yep.
And there are, fancy people living this life, and I know you face things. But when it comes to the hardcore, this is it. If you really want to solve it, then they deserve some policing too.
That's true.
Yeah, I just believe that. And if you're going to cut the rich man's property tax and make it up and take police away, because there's no police out there now, this is going to keep going, and we're fighting over not dumb shit, but we're talking about it in a dumb way.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
you know, rest in peace, Aisha Davis. I'm sorry it happened. I'm sorry to your family. Now, having said that, Vinny Limo up there in Ottawa. See, because we got Jeremiah. See, not only is he killing the show, he's killing everybody else that has taken pieces of the show and posted it because we have monetized the show. And what monetizing means is YouTube now turns on, we're going to give you some commercial money, right? All of a sudden, this, like Luke Nowacki and American Coney and Hall and Legacy and ADR and XG Service Group, that's not the way to make money anymore. It's YouTube's going to give me a piece. So once you turn that button on, they got that AI robot scrubbing everything.
Yep.
Hey, that belongs to the No Bullshit News Hour, and you used it, and they give you a copyright strike. Get 3 copyright strikes, what happens?
You are gone.
You're gone.
Wow.
So everybody's really sensitive. So all of a
That's
sudden,
crazy.
I got people calling up. Now Vinny, man, he got his crazy podcast up there in Ottawa. We're very appreciative. Vinny's his own guy. Vinny's a bit of a
eccentric.
Beautiful way.
That's a really good one. He's
nice guy.
He is.
Yeah, he and his wife, they are.
Yeah.
Very supportive.
For sure. And so now Vinny gets a strike and he can't figure out, is it Fox 2? Is it LeDuff? Is it the AI? I'm trying to explain it to him. Vinny gets mad and he calls Fox 2 and he records it. And here's Vinny trying to get to
taking notes from you, Charlie.
He's trying to get to the bottom of the AI hijinks.
How can I help you? Okay, I'm the guy that used some of Charlie's stuff. Remember, I talked to you a few days ago and everything, and you swore that it was Charlie that you had rights to Charlie's stuff.
I asked you for it. I didn't tell you had permission to use anything, and that's a for sure thing. And I asked you to send me an email, which you didn't.
Okay, no, we haven't had time yet. I got a hold of Charlie and Red and talk to them. And there's, it's beyond me how you said this was done manually by Charlie, and it wasn't,
It doesn't. You can't use any footage unless it's licensed. Period.
Okay, but it wasn't yours. It was Charlie's stuff from NBN. So how are you?
It doesn't matter. Charlie worked for Fox. It belongs to Fox.
When you were number one.
His NBN stuff belongs to Fox. The stuff he's doing now. How can you say we didn't use anything from? We didn't use.
Have a good day. Have a good day.
So dismissive.
Wow. She sounds like the lady that you called. Whose assistant was that? Remember you were going through all the calls?
Yeah, the Attorney General's office.
Dana Nessel's
can I
office.
talk? Can I
Yeah.
have the phone number to the press secretary? No.
She said, "What do you want to talk to her for?"
Whose office?
Dana Nessels. That's so dumb. What's the number? I think Vinny was he got confused. Vinny got a strike from us, didn't he? Jeremiah, are you fixing all this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But for the most part, they got to fix this AI. That's the biggest issue.
Well,
we trust the computers, but damn when the computers fuck us up.
Yeah,
We're
well,
like,
now look here, man. Did you get the one fixed out of New York? Is that fixed?
Yeah, we're all
okay. Hey, Vinny, that's Jeremiah. We're trying to get it fixed, right? Give me your word, because I'm sick of the guy calling
sir.
me.
Vinny, I got you. I got you.
He got you, Vinny. He got you.
I love how Jeremiah is just so calm.
He's calm.
Did you have pizza today?
No.
No? Okay.
No,
He's
No more
always
penny pizza?
he's always like that. Yeah. Okay.
Are you married?
You got to meditate. Yes.
You're married, like I do, like that. It's on the right hand. What's going on? What are you, Greek?
Engaged.
You're engaged?
Yes.
Well, are you married? This is no bullshit.
Yeah.
Are you married?
I mean,
No. Okay.
no.
This is personal life, Charlie.
I
He doesn't-
know,
Do you share a bank account?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
Do you have separate bank accounts?
Yes.
Well, then you're not married.
Why is that the case?
Because marriage would be total respect and total trust, and there's no Mark. Do you have
Your
separate
marriage.
Mark? Do you have separate bank accounts?
Absolutely not. One bank account.
One bank account.
Yep.
You don't even have to ask me that.
Separate bank accounts.
We have one. And then, let's go on to the next
One,
question.
What's your lady's name?
Julia.
Julia.
Yes.
Beautiful name.
Yeah, it really is.
Is she calm like you?
Yes.
Can we meet her one day?
Probably.
I
Think long and hard
Just
about
fix
that.
the AI shit, bro. You're smart.
I'm on it.
Right there.
I'm
Right
on
there.
it.
High five.
I'm on it.
We got our Gen Z computer whiz. He's gonna beat AI. He like Terminator 4. I'll be back.
No, we don't bring her down here because she might, say, "Dear Maya, get out now."
Okay, what did we learn? They're trying to steal your house.
Yes.
Mike, fix the fucking schools because you're not.
Clean it up.
Dana Nessel needs a raise, and we need an ethics policy passed.
Right.
We need some policing for transgender people that live a hard life. We don't know if Red is dead. Vinny, we're going to get your AI fixed, and we know Cleveland sucks. And one more time with Wild Bill Arnold. See you Thursday, folks. And what? Share, like.
And Michigan,
Like,
we
comment,
love
share, subscribe.
Take a shit, get gas, and keep rolling. Come on up to Detroit town. We got lots of groovy things going down. Get some flaming cheese in historic Greek town. But best to get your ass gone before the sun goes down. Been under construction since '63. We planted lots of orange barrel construction trees. The roads here are really, really bad. The Grand Prix looked like off-road to Carlsbad. We used to export the Pontiac Le Mans. Now we ship away our grandpas and grandmas. The mayor says everything is swell, what a joke. Everyone can see he's like a walking stroke. The Detroit Tigers really suck. We give the owner millions, though his pizzas suck. Yuck! Crappy houses, meth heads, we got plenty. We even got skyscrapers, they're all empty. Things in Detroit might not be going great, but there's an even bigger mistake on the lake. Hello, Cleveland.